Running a farm is never easy, and I don't know about that because I don't have a farm, but I do know one thing: I can never ever ever run a farm because of two reasons. Most of all, I'm a city boy, therefore I can never handle nature. And second of all, you have to have responsibility as a farm, and sometimes power goes to your head. I know about that all too well, because when it comes to power, well, I hunger for power because of simply evil intentions. So I can understand that situation. Also carries in the second episode carries with it a message of the fact that some people are just some people. But what is the difference really? I mean, some are girls and just not so girlish as others. But it does show that Anne is surprisingly not such a tomboy as I thought she was. Hi, this is me, the angry anime fan, and this is Amphibia, episode 5. And a little bit more on the heartwarmingness side of situations. As the first episode details Sprig challenging Hop Hop for a sumo wrestling, or, well, it looks like a sumo wrestling, but it's not really that, for ownership of the farm, which he surprisingly wins. At the beginning, the kids enjoy that, because now they feel like they can have more freedom. But it quickly, of course, turns into some situations where creating chaos. Mostly because, well, you have to have responsibility in a farm. And if you don't have responsibility, well, then you don't have anything. Am I right? So in the end they do find Hop Hop, who re-challenges Spring and wins, and therefore going back to the situation of controlling the farm. But not without some few changes. The second episode, though, goes into detail of, the second Anne versus Wild. No, sorry, that was the wrong episode. Girl Time, which actually focuses on Polly and Anne's situation. The fact that Anne doesn't really want Polly to become too boyish, so she takes out Polly for a girl time. Also, this is the first episode where we actually see Anne without her messy hair. And I have to admit, she looks kinda pretty with a long dress and long hair. But again, she did strike me as a complete girlish girl. Yes, she is wearing a school uniform and a dress and all that stuff, but pardon me if I actually have some question marks regarding her sometimes. But when she does that, well, she really does look nice. She tries to make Polly enjoy girl time, including tea party, painful massages, and many things more. They even run into a southern talking frog, but of course Polly doesn't like that. And in the end it becomes an argument between Anne and Polly, where Anne actually insults Polly, which creates a situation later on when Anne and the rest of the Hop Hop family gets arrested for something. The only way they can get free is if they clear certain spit competition, which they know Polly can do, but Polly for some reason cannot do it, as she feels guilt over what Anne said. Realizing that she is to blame for that, Anne, is to blame for that. She apologizes to Polly, and Polly and she gets a little closer. In the end they admit that Polly is the tomboy and Anne is the girl. They can have different type of girl time. They don't have to follow the girl time that Anne wants. So they spit it all off, and they win the prize and get free of the crime, where Anne even creates something for Polly. So, this episode goes a little bit more deeper into the family things. The sumo wrestling match is not exactly high on my list, but it does create a situation where Hop Hop can surprisingly prove to be pretty useful and, I want to say, happy or smart. The fact that he lost against Sprig and then went away is showing a little bit that has a difficulty accepting losses, but he also shows that he knows how to run the farm, which goes in a little bit more detail of his family members. And the fact that Polly and Anne, I do wonder though, why do Anne always have her messy hair, and how did she actually wash it? Well, I don't know, but it's revealed she ate some cookies with dung beetle in it, or was it just dung cookies? Well, in fact, I'm actually still questioning that. How has Anne been able to survive eating anything in Amphibia? Because I'm pretty sure they mostly prefer insects to eat. But Polly really is in this episode here. She is the tomboy, without any doubt. But which is surprisingly shows a very vulnerable side. She is still a child. But I think I prefer the Polly and Anna episode over the other one. There's a little bit more detail in that. What are your thoughts about it? Give me your thoughts if you have any.